Psaki saying her final goodbye as the White House press secretary. And as we'll find out later, as she leaves for a horrible, very sad transition to a multi-million-dollar deal with MSNBC.
My last briefing, and it is, Brian. And I wanted to start with a series of thank yous. I promised myself I wasn't going to get emotional. Whew. Okay. Thank you. I want to say thank you to the President and the First Lady. I hope I followed the example of integrity and grace that they have set for all of us and do set for all of us every day. And I'm incredibly grateful to them. Now I'm not going to cry about the press team. Whew. Okay. People always ask me, and I'm sure you guys get asked this too, about whether Washington is rotten, whether everybody is corrupt here and, nothing good happens and we all just argue with each other. And I, having done this job, believe the absolute opposite is true. You have challenged me, you have pushed me, you have debated me, and at times we have disagreed. That is democracy in action. That is it working. Without accountability, without debate, government is not as strong. And you all play an incredibly pivotal role. Thank you for what you...
Without accountability, without debate, democracy will not live, and that is why we silence all of our enemies, and we make sure they cannot speak on any platform without being silenced, because we don't have a legitimate argument. Okay, I promised myself I wouldn't cry. It's unbelievable that she wants to sit up there and say politicians are not corrupt, that she believes in a free speech, debate-based democracy. Like, you don't, Jen. No, you don't. You wish every single one, all the Peter Duceys of the world were silenced and you never had to speak to them again. That is your one wish, and we all know it. It's so disingenuous, her sitting up there about to be in tears over her 7-figure contract with MSNBC. Why is she able to seamlessly move from White House press secretary into a news media position so easily? And not only that, but a news media position where she's making millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. And so I did a little digging here. I tried to figure out, why, with the head scratch, why would MSNBC offer her a 7-figure contract? And it has nothing to do with her ability to speak. It has nothing to do with her ability to bring a new taste and flavor to MSNBC. No, you know what it has to do with is all of the money that was shoveled in to the White House, where she defended all the bullshit for these large corporations that own MSNBC. It has nothing to do with her ability to speak, because we all know she can't answer a single question directly. What we do know is that the people who own MSNBC is BlackRock and Vanguard. Those are the two biggest corporations. And following that, here, I'll even pull up this little article for us surrounding who actually, I had it up. I guess maybe, here it is. All right. So there's this article that I heard is MSNBC is not your friend. Follow the money. Now, it's a fairly long read, so I'm going to skip through a little bit of it. But I do think it's quite interesting. Now, they have this little infographic, and it shows who owns NBC. Okay. And then it goes on to show who owns MSNBC. So here are the largest, so the top institutional shareholders of Comcast. Comcast owns MSNBC. So the question is, who owns Comcast, right? Who are the biggest shareholders in Comcast? Now, these names might be familiar because they own everything, and including you, right? So here are the names. Vanguard, okay? Vanguard's the number one stakeholder in Comcast. BlackRock is the second largest stakeholder in Comcast, which owns MSNBC, okay? So it goes on to show that other organizations is JP Morgan Chase. Interesting. Bank of America. Interesting. Now, let's go find out who owns a portion, right? Let's see what BlackRock and Vanguard's stake is in Pfizer. Percentage. Vanguard Group made a $2.7 billion, up from $1 billion with Moderna and $1.7 billion from Pfizer. So the shocking amount of money that Vanguard and BlackRock actually controls. A large stake of that goes into these pharmaceutical companies who she has been shoving down your throat. Shoving down your throat, your children's throat, your pregnant wife's throat, your throat, so that you get their products. That's what she's been doing. She's been playing this game where she's been peddling the disinformation campaigns of everybody who opposes Pfizer and BlackRock and Vanguard and all of these corporations that own these entities, with the idea that eventually, just give it a year, Jen. Just give it a year. I need you to argue with Peter Doocy for 1 year, and we'll give you a multi-million-dollar contract with one of our organizations. Oh, and you probably don't even have to show your face very often for it. Quid pro quo. It's how it all works. All of these organizations own these smaller organizations, and they put these people into positions, or they incentivize them to give the information that they want and silence the opposing viewpoints to the point where they can't even speak in a conversation with these individuals. All while on the backs of her farewell speech, she's going to come and tell us that she believes in a fair democracy where debate leads the way. Fuck you. Fuck you, Vanguard. Fuck you, BlackRock. Fuck you, Jen Psaki. All of you. You gross, disgusting. Like, all of this shit. If you're not seeing this yet, how all of this is intertwined, every little piece of it, right? Vanguard has a big stake in Pfizer. They have a big stake in Comcast. They have a big stake. They funded the Oscars. They put all of this money into all of these little spider webs of disgusting grossness